Woo! Woo! What's up, home crew? What you just saw there was a little clip, a few clips of my adventure last week with my son in Virginia. We went to this place called the Natural Bridge, which is the second time we've been to that location. It's truly a magical place. It was created when a cave collapsed and created a natural bridge where actually a road goes on top. Then we went on a 22-mile kayak trip down the James River, which was truly a adventure in itself. Slept under the stars, and then did 12 miles one day and then 9 miles the next day, and that was a wild thing. It's been nice being able to get outside and do these days and just get out and be in the middle of nature. So the topic that has been coming to me to really discuss and share and has to do with free will. And so we have a lot of tugging and pulling and people's views in this world currently and one of the biggest things is, and the main point of this video is honoring or respecting the free will of others. And you know, I guess the best way for me to describe this is, if, you know, looking at ourselves as a multidimensional being, in the same way, for each level of our multidimensional self, there is, you could say, different views of what free will is. And so, speaking from, say, the view of us in physical form here on Earth, you know, we have the free will, what we view as free will, but in a lot of ways, our free will is not necessarily our natural free will rights that we have available. In a way, we are actually restricted in some ways living on Earth, in the way the current time regarding our natural rights. But that's a whole nother video. I'm trying to keep this as simple and as clear as possible. So I guess the biggest thing is, free will is your right to choose and to have your sovereign say right over what happens to your physical form and your ability to basically function and live. That's what I mean by free will. The free will to choose and to make your sovereign choice of what you wish to experience as a sovereign being. So we currently, let's see here, still trying to get used to walking and talking at the same time, and so I'm just going to take a break here. So the main thing is that according to different levels of our multidimensional self, you know, has different levels of, say, honoring the will of others. from the level of our multidimensional self, say honoring the will of others is, you know, we have choices on different levels to make how we wish to go, say it down our own path, or create our own path, or create our own adventure, and so on. So in a way, when we restrict and or limit someone from their own free will, from what I see on several levels, it actually creates some karmic backlash. It actually creates karmic restriction, energetic resistance. And so, you know, in this world currently where we have different laws being passed, people saying one thing or trying to restrict the free will of others and or their right to live a certain way or be a certain way, or say express themselves a certain way, that's where, you know, what a lot of people don't see is that actually there is an energetic consequence from that. And so even though these people that are thinking that they say need to impose medical restrictions on others, say with mandatory vaccines or whatever else, you know, and or restricting people in rest homes and saying you can't go outside because of this fear of the COVID and everything else, but the person that's living in these rest homes truly does not want to be there. It's basically false imprisonment. And you know, I could go on and on with different examples of what I'm meaning by restricting the free will of others. But say if you are, you know, you want to basically live and in a certain way, to where, giving the example of these older people in rest homes that are being essentially false imprisoned. In a way, you know, I could understand a short period of time, where, but not for months on end, not allowing people to go outside, not allowing people to see their family. A lot of people, you know, with everything we're going through, there's a space of the quality of life. And, you know, with a lot of people that I'm still seeing, is that fear is overriding their essentially common sense of overriding, you know, people's, say, their ability to, say, have a quality of life. And if somebody says, well, I would much rather be in a situation of getting sick and dying than basically living the way I currently am. And there's a lot of people on this earth currently right now that is not aligned with simply walking around basically being false imprisoned. So, you know, I understand that there is a lot, and I see a lot of people in this world that are, you know, good-hearted people, that they want to assist the collective in a way, but at the same time, you know, if you really let go of the fear, there is a level of understanding. Once you release the fear, you're able to actually understand other viewpoints in a lot easier way. You're able to see other viewpoints, comprehend other viewpoints, and basically that's what we as a collective, you know, the more that we are able to grasp that and start honoring the will of others, it's you know, it sort of opens your eyes to the greater scheme of things as us as a collective on earth, and also us even beyond what we know as our physical body. So You know, the actual topic of free will in itself is almost like the more I've sort of looked at it and started getting information to share with you about this video, it's almost like a big, deep rabbit hole. You know, John Armitage says, you know, and has shared before, you know, free will is for beginners, because and that's a whole nother video in itself. Truly understanding, comprehending, remembering ourselves multidimensionally, then you're able to see and actually start remembering, you know, what it is to actually view things from a multidimensional standpoint. And so the biggest thing is sort of like, I'm trying not to go too much in depth with different things here, but the biggest point about us honoring ourselves, or honoring even the earth, or honoring the free will of the earth, the free will of nature, the free will of animals, to basically live how they wish, but at the same way live and die as they wish, have the free will to exist basically in a free will state. It's a very, I wouldn't say complex, but it's not necessarily the easiest thing for our ego, or our perception as we know it, from a normal stance, to have a clear view of what that really means. So I think the biggest thing is that for people to realize it's not necessary to believe what I'm saying, but to truly relax on, say, imposing restrictions, laws on others, restricting the free will of others, say, of their sole choice to live how they wish, and or their sovereign right to choose what happens with their physical body. So it's a major big topic right now in our collective, and I see in the coming years it's not going to essentially be any less of a very dramatic topic. So those are the main things. Honoring the free will of others. It goes a lot deeper and affects us. When you restrict the free will of someone or something, there is an energetic, not only energetic karma, but I guess the best word for it, there are energetic consequences for restricting the free will of others. And I'm not just talking about us on a physical form. This happens in a lot of different ways, which maybe I'll go into in a future video, but I think that's it for now. So, hope you enjoyed the little clips of my adventure with my son last weekend, and peace out, my friends. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.